There's a person in your life right now, someone you don't particularly like, and without knowing it, you may have already made them like you more. Not by being kind to them, not by impressing them, by asking them for something. This sounds backwards. Everything we know about making friends says give more, take less, be generous, be helpful, be the person people can rely on. But Benjamin Franklin discovered something in 1737 that flipped that logic completely. And 250 years later, neuroscience proved he was right. The effect carries his name. And once you understand it, you will never see your relationships the same way again. Benjamin Franklin was not a naturally likable man. He was brilliant, ambitious, politically ruthless when he needed to be. And in the Pennsylvania legislature, there was one man who genuinely couldn't stand him, a rival legislator, wealthy, well-connected, influential. He had spoken against Franklin publicly. He was exactly the kind of enemy a rising politician could not afford to have. Most people in Franklin's position would have done what feels obvious. They would have done the man a favor, invited him to dinner, sent a gift, found some way to signal goodwill. Franklin did the opposite. He sent the man a letter. He had heard the man owned a rare book, a specific one, hard to find. Franklin wrote asking if he might borrow it for a few days. The man sent it. Franklin read it, returned it promptly with a short note of thanks. The next time they met in the legislature, the man walked over to Franklin and spoke to him warmly for the first time. They became close allies. Franklin wrote about it in his autobiography. He that has once done you a kindness will be more ready to do you another than he whom you yourself have obliged. He had noticed the pattern. He just didn't know why it worked. The explanation sat buried for 2 centuries. Then, in 1969, 2 psychologists named John Jecker and David Landy ran an experiment. Participants competed in a quiz for cash prizes. After the competition, one group was approached by the researcher. He explained he had used his own money to fund the prizes. He was a little short. He asked if they wouldn't mind returning their winnings as a personal favor. A second group was approached by a secretary and asked to return the money for the department. A third group wasn't asked at all. Then every participant rated how much they liked the researcher. The group that did him a personal favor liked him significantly more than either of the other 2 groups. Not slightly more, significantly more. The act of helping had changed how they felt about the person they helped. Here's what's happening inside your brain. Human beings cannot hold contradictions comfortably. If you do something kind for someone, your brain needs a reason. You don't help people you dislike. So if you just helped someone, the logical conclusion your brain draws is, I must like this person. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance reduction. Your behavior happened first. Your feelings adjusted to match it second, not the other way around. You didn't help them because you liked them. You liked them because you helped them. The action rewrote the feeling. But here's the part that changes everything. This doesn't just work on the person you ask. It works on you. Think about the last time you went out of your way for someone. A colleague, a friend, a stranger. You spent time on them, energy, maybe money. Did you find yourself caring about them more afterward? Not because they earned it, but because you had invested in them. Psychologists have a name for this too, the IKEA effect. People value things more when they have put effort into them. Furniture you build yourself feels more precious than furniture that arrived assembled. People you have helped feel more important to you than people who have helped you. Your brain does not want that investment to be meaningless, so it upgrades how much you care. The act of giving does not follow love, it creates it. Now, here's where this gets uncomfortable, because this mechanism doesn't only explain kindness, it explains cruelty too. Studies on soldiers who have committed acts of violence show the same pattern running in reverse. The more harm someone causes another person, the easier it becomes to dehumanize them. Not because bad people do bad things, but because the human brain cannot accept that it caused suffering to someone it respects. So it quietly adjusts. It tells itself the person deserved it. It tells itself the person isn't fully human. The action came first. The belief followed. This is not a theory. It is one of the most documented findings in social psychology, and it runs in both directions. Help someone, and your brain decides you love them. Harm someone, and your brain decides they deserved it. The same mechanism, the same unconscious rewrite. You are living inside this effect right now. Every time you did something for someone you weren't sure you liked, you came out of it feeling warmer toward them. Every time you helped a difficult coworker, you found them slightly less difficult afterward. Every time you invested in a friendship, it felt more valuable than friendships that cost you nothing. You thought your feelings were driving your actions. They weren't. Your actions were driving your feelings, and they still are. Benjamin Franklin figured this out with a borrowed book and a letter. He didn't have neuroscience. He didn't have clinical trials. He had a rival who became an ally, and the mind sharp enough to notice why. What he discovered is something most people spend their entire lives getting backwards. You don't wait until you feel like helping someone. You help someone, and then you feel it. Love is not what causes generosity. Generosity is what causes love. The question is not who in your life deserves your effort. The question is who you want to care about, because whoever you choose to help, you will.